So we're going to look for that star next to the person's name to determine whose turn it actually is. And I can tell you that it is not available
I
yet.
believe it's Will is up first. He drew his tiles first.
Okay.
So.
It's not available online just quite yet. It'll be coming. They're a little behind on the tables where they're doing the annotations as well.
So yeah, contrary to popular belief, neither of us are studying anything linguistic related.
No, mine's medical and
mine's computer science. Actually, a large part of my master's degree was on Twitch, so this is certainly interesting for me.
A PhD in linguistics.
And, yes, King Bong, we can see everything you're doing. At least everything.
Oh, that's another way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So another way to tell whose turn it is by who has the light on his clock.
Yeah, or the timer that's counting down.
Yeah. So Devout seemed to be the obvious play. Giving Jesse the QA, the T he needs for cat if he wants to play that and just get the Q out of the way. He's also given him a Q a U to play Quay, or how do you pronounce it? Key? I always Key. Okay, that's so stupid. Key.
Yeah. So we are at the Hyatt Regency in the Central Business District, aka the CBD. Not that CBD though, unfortunately. Squish, I'm finishing my master's next Friday, and then I can hopefully not be a unemployed bum at some point. We'll see what happens.
No, I'm not a gynecologist.
No, you're not? Shoot, I learned something new. I learned something new today. Oh, man.
Man, I think that would have been the last specialty I would have chosen.
I almost started dating one recently. I might.
Oh, yeah? A gynecologist?
To be.
Oh, wow. I think I'd rather do a urologist and do the phallic thing than... Sphincter open man.
I do not think degrees make me employable. I do, however, think being a Scrabble champion makes me employable. What up?
Oh, can I tell you? I'll tell you a story. So, before I got married 20 years ago, I was doing my doctorate, and I was kind of running out of money, and I needed a job. So I saw a job in medical advertising. So I can write, and I know medicine, so I thought I have a chance. I didn't know there were like 4,000 applications for this job. And I sent it in, and the first thing I wrote on it is that I'm a Scrabble champ. I'm, ranked as the highest woman in various times throughout my career. And so I just put that in, like, what the hell, right? And I got the job because, and the first thing he said to me is, "Oh, you're a Scrabble player, so we know you can write." And I'm like, I don't know, that disconnect. Like, I don't know where he got that idea, how knowing that a word is good and whether it takes an S makes me a good writer. But I didn't give a, it got me the job and it paid the rent, and I was happy.
I'm sorry, I've had to breathe. I've been trying so hard not to breathe, but
it isn't. You know what? I know that the breathing noise is out of control because I also do web moderating, and when I can hear the speaker speak loudly, breathe loudly, it is annoying, and I'm so sorry. Yeah. And if there's anything we can do to fix it, we will try. Yeah,
and Snow Warrior, we're super happy to have this many people hanging out with us, and we certainly encourage anyone who's interested to check out the North American Scrabble Players Association. If any of the Scrabble players out there want to throw in the link, whether or not you're playing tournaments or just playing for fun or having Scrabble pub crawls, as we like to do.
I love Jesse to death, but we're going to have a little discussion about Hoya, you and me. What? Like, 2 opportunities to rid yourself of the queue. And not only do you not take it, but you also open a line over to the triple. That could be painful. It's not going to be. But if Will had an E instead of an I, he would have had FJELD, which would have just been awful for Jesse.
Yeah, my guess is Jesse's thought here is probably that he's more used to playing Collins, where getting rid of the Q is a little easier. This is kind of Jesse's changing it up. Someone actually bought his entry fee in for the tournament to troll him. He was actually just coming here to hang out.
Is that true?
Yeah, James Leong, former national champion, did that.
Everyone's Chinese grandmother, I read this morning.
James is everybody's Chinese grandmother. Oh man, we have like the worst. We just auto modded a link. We fail. Yeah,
you're gonna have to explain to this grandmother, which I'm not.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get them to. Hey, Guys, the thing's auto-modding links, so we can't throw in the link.
Yes, the games will be up on. Is it YouTube later?
Oh,
I
no,
think
no, like,
so.
nobody can. Or at least, is it just the mods can add links? Is that? No. I'm Dacron BB. Don't mind us breaking the third wall there.
Oh, we do it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So somebody asked if the games are going to be up on YouTube later, and I think they are. Is that absolutely they are. And in perpetuity, and if you really love the sound of our voices, you can go back over the years, mine anyway, Conrad hasn't done this as much, and you can watch earlier games from other tournaments, North American Scrabble as well as World through Mind Sports International.
Yeah.
You learn a lot in these games, people. I know some of you are just here for some fun and whatever, but if you're interested in Scrabble at all, take advantage of the fact that you've got some commentators here who have lots of years of experience. And even though we don't always say the perfect thing, I think more often than not we're saying decent things, and you can learn a lot about the game.
Yeah. Oh man, I just got auto-modded myself. I fail. I flail. I flail.
All right, we're going to try to also get you the other game because I know
proper ASMR voice. That's amazing. Which one of us, me or Robin?
What's Hoya? It's the anagram of ahoy. And I say that on purpose to you, Numnis, because very often we have no idea what the words mean. We only have so much hard drive and only so much space in our brains to be able to remember all of these words and whether they're verbs and whether they take an S and don't take an S, etc. To actually know the meaning of them, it just takes up useless space in the brain. Yeah. So if you want to Google what Hoya means, you can share it with us, but don't ask us.
I mean, Hoya, I know the Hoya is the mascot of the Georgetown University in D.C., so I certainly know Hoya from that.
What's ASMR?
ASMR is the thing where you like play sounds and whisper things into people's ears. It's really weird.
Oh,
you should definitely check it out.
Well, I apparently can't stop giggling enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say if someone thought I was good at ASMR, I'd say they were like on crack. But
all right, let's see what's going on in the game. So we got jibed down, and yes, slutty is yes, as I'm sure everybody noticed very quickly. Unslutty.
Thanks, Kennick. We appreciate it.
So he's got enlarge plus, let's see what the 7 tiles.
Victorian, we actually have some software that has been developed by various Scrabble players where we sort of actually just look at words in alphabetical order, and we use that as sort of a cue for knowing whether or not there's a word in there. So we sort of learn words that way. Contrary to the idea that people just read the dictionary, which a few people do, but not that.
I will point out that Jesse through that eye has gnarlier, but it does not play. But that is the bingo. And so what he's thinking here is that sometimes we have something called stem racks. So 6 of the 7 tiles make up a very nice conglomerate of tiles that will, with another tile or even another 2 tiles, will often make these bingos that we're coveting because they give us a 50-point bonus. So Angler makes a very, very lovely stem rack, and Jesse might be considering dumping the R unless he can score a decent amount and break up the rack.
Yeah. Garad, there are no banned words in Scrabble except at the school level. They don't let kids play bad words. So what do? They give the kids a list of all the words that they can't play. So you give a bunch of kids a bunch of bad words and think that's a good idea. So that's what happens.
We call that the poo list.
The poo list. So yeah, there are no bad words in the Scrabble you're seeing here. I mean, there are plenty of bad words, but you can literally play whatever. There are no banned words. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, there used to be. Now, I don't even know if you were around for that, Conrad, but back in the day when we had our first live broadcasts and we were not allowed to play any certain words, we had a list.
And the one came up.
And then, can we say it? I don't know.
Liz.
Liz. And it got played, and it took the producers a few minutes to realize, like, oops, and they had to take it back. And this is a disaster for Scrabble because then you're not you might lose the game because you couldn't
Yeah.
play your best word. And so,
Yeah.
since
No,
you can say so much crap on TV now, like why can't you just do it
Yeah.
on a Scrabble tournament, for God's sake?
Yeah. No. It's funny that when I on my national championship winning board, I had a bad word, but it's all over the internet. It was on ESPN. It was USA Today, NPR,
What was the word?
WOG.
Yeah, like, and most people wouldn't
Yeah.
even know what that is.
But so I got to do that.
So over in Collins Land, Evan's got very lucky. He's playing somebody who missed brandied. He had just played EYE, and he could actually hook it to make I'd and brandied. And Evans looks like he has a nice rack with thewing.
Yeah, Mr. Bounds, I totally agree with you. Having studied Twitch quite a bit over the last year, and we're sort of trying to get better as the years go on. I really do actually want to build a bot that gets more involved with what's going on. I think understanding what the words are can definitely sort of be a turnoff to people who don't play Scrabble as much and don't necessarily know all these crazy words. Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm happy that you're amused by that. That's
Wait, it's only the third game. Wait till we get tired.
Wait till I have at least one beer.
Yeah, lunch
Wait
is
till I
coming
get
up.
Tired. Well, I'm definitely tired.
We have 2-hour breaks here.
Yeah.
We have plenty of time to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to be the king of Scrabble overlays. That would be super dope. Yeah, no, honestly, I really appreciate any of the suggestions for what we can do in the future, because as a UX person, I'm really interested in trying to build a cooler Scrabble experience going forward, and having some people at Twitch. I think that could be really cool. Yeah.
So now you see what happened with Scott is that he decided to break. Jesse. He decided to break up his rack and play Danger for not quite a lot of points, and gave away a big bunch of points to Will. So I'm surprised more and more how fishing off, we call it fishing off one tile, is often a good play. And I think the play for me, I would have played Rad off Jibed and Danger wasn't there. So I would have done something else. I probably would have fished off the R and saved the Danger rack. If Ad was there, Rad really would have been the play because he had the G to hook it with Grad.
Happy Little Radishes, we actually once had an idea spelled out by Breaking the Game here, who suggested that if you let a phony word go, or you have a phony word challenged off, you lose the game, and the game is over. And we've definitely played Scrabble drinking games.
Yeah.
Every time you bingo, the opponent takes a shot. We've seen that happen before. That was definitely interesting. We also we've had Scrabble pub crawls in Portland, Oregon, when a bunch of us were living there. It's actually a lot of fun. Basically, the loser pays for the round. So Dave Weekend and I would often go an entire day and not spend very much money.
Somebody suggests Jangler, which I agree is the play. So when we talked about breaking up the rack, the only reason to break it up is if you can get over 25, 28 points, which Jangler would have accomplished. So that also would have been the right play, I think.
Yeah, maybe just didn't know. He may just not have been positive of the word. I mean,
Jangler? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
Jesse doesn't study words that much. He's not playing all that much these days. He's just started as a flight attendant with Air Canada, which I know he's super thrilled about, and y'all would be lucky to have him as a flight attendant. But meanwhile, you have Will over here, who's like a human dictionary.
Yeah, he is beyond a dictionary. This is how he made his name, by knowing so many words. And he played Boggle at a mind-boggling speed. And then he moved his attentions over to Scrabble. And so he just became a word machine.
Yeah.
And in the early days of his play, his strategy was entirely revolved around getting down 7- and 8-letter words. And so at great expense to his ability to use strategy properly. But now he has corrected that, and he is just a very two-pronged machine.
Yeah. Happy Little Radishes, there's actually a pretty solid overlap between the crossword community as well as the Scrabble community. Evans, who was playing in the last game, is a published New York Times constructor, and we have a couple of people. Trip Payne, who was in the crossword movie Wordplay, has was a longtime Scrabble expert, as well as a couple of other people here who get published regularly in the NYT. I've certainly tried to make puzzles, but never good enough for Will. Never, ever, ever good enough for freaking Will. So I'm just going to continue to just be salty AF, and that's life.
So what Will's doing now is he's balancing his rack. He's getting rid of, even though TION is a very nice suffix, he's opening the board. Again, maybe at the expense of defense, but because he knows so many words, unfortunately he didn't pick very well. So he may not be able to make use of his opening that he just made, and he might give one away, but it's not going to happen this turn.
So the commentators, I am Conrad Bass-Bouchard. I won this thing once, and I'm here with Robin, who's been one of the best players.
Should have won it once, but I'm not bitter.
Should have won it once, and has been a great player for an extremely long time.
Thank you.
I'm not aging anyone, don't worry.
Extremely paleolithically long time.
So I guess I'm getting to be pretty ancient.
Yeah,
I'm
you
getting to
are.
be pretty ancient myself. Well, Squoosh, I feel like maybe she and I are winning because we don't have to wake up at 9 a.m. after drinking a bunch of beer and have to use our brains. We get to talk here and have fun instead.
I don't think we're flirting. I think we're just enjoying each other. We've been friends for a long time. So.
But
can't get water from a stone.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No.
All right, let's get back to this game.
I'm dying. Okay.
So let's see,
this game
Jesse, how
is
he did.
moving
So he
along.
picked up, Jesse definitely didn't want to play that L. He had double I's, double R's. He really wanted to balance his rack. He's not going to score with one pointers. So he probably wanted to just open the, get rid of the IR, but if we paid more attention, we might be able to come up with some good plays for him.
Yeah. Penep, you don't know me well enough. Jesse could certainly attest to that.
This happened with me and Jesse too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a magnet for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody's just trying to balance their rack, and but they're playing these crappy little 3-letter words, which is not exciting for us to watch. So we're just going to have fun with you guys and just keep talking about other stuff in the meantime.
Yeah.
You're not seeing super fabulous Scrabble right now.
Jesse and I are best friends, but we are not each other's type. I'm very, 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 very sad to report.
Oh, he would be willing, eh?
Hmm?
Would he be willing?
No, we had that talk a long time
Oh, we had the
ago.
talk? Okay.
Yeah. It's
Took the
just-
pressure off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there an online competitive Scrabble community?
Duh.
It's sort of, yeah, I mean,
Duh.
well, in terms of like playing,
Competitive? No.
playing online, there are a number of places you can play online, but in terms of, there's not Jesse and Conrad fanfic. I'll come back to that in a sec. Someone did once start to write a play, a musical about me.
Okay.
Yes, Conrad Birdie was going to be in it, and sorry. So to get back to the original point.
It's one of my favorite. Bye Bye Birdie. I love it.
No, I hate it because of the song. But so I believe that internationally there is a Scrabble League. I think Craig, if you're still there, could probably give more information about it. But I believe they're starting a new online league of tournaments that play using some of the the various Scrabble interfaces out there that exist. And yeah, you can get involved with that. If someone wants to link Scrabble snippets, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if you can link Facebook groups right now, but I did. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, so I did design a team battle chess game recently for Twitch. I thought it would be fun to do a battle Scrabble one. I don't know. I feel like we could have a little more fun with this game, maybe outside of the tournament scene. Man, this really sucks for Jesse.
I'll give you an update on the Collins game. Right now I've got Evans up 193 to 104. That rack that he had, which is the Thuing one I said, he actually got to play Wetting, Whetting, and he just played a big, oh my God, I'm getting in trouble for saying Z, aren't I? But I'm Canadian, so he made a big Z play for 36 points. So right now he's up by almost 90 points against Tim Mason, who I don't know. Do you know Tim at all?
Hmm?
Do you know Tim Mason?
I know he's a younger guy from Australia. I think he's in university right now.
Oh, there you go. That's why I don't know him. So I don't know his abilities whatsoever.
I think he's rocking a man bun this tournament. We don't have many Scrabble players with man buns, but I think he's one of the first.
That's not an oxymoron, rocking a man bun.
So, yeah.
All right, so what's happening with Jesse is that he's got double I's and double E's. We talked about stem racks being 6 letters, but also 5 letters. EINRS is an absolutely beautiful save. So he's probably looking to get rid of IE if he wants to. He could just play lie. I mean, just do something, you know, just something.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Muffin pointed out that he blocked his own play of joineries. Which would have been pretty
sweet. But he had to play the QI there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the right thing to do. But that's a very pretty play. Thank you. There's lots of bingos actually with that rack. Wineries and vineries and pineries and fineries. And they're very easy to find. But this board is kind of dead for 8s.
Denethor, if you're burning Denethor, which I don't know if you are, but if you know what I'm talking about and you are, hello. Otherwise, still hello. Thanks for showing up.
And how many points do you get to win a game? I'm not sure if I understand that question. You only get to win at the point of the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, you always just play through the entire game.
Yeah, there's no, unless sometimes we've had when we do Can-Am, so sometimes the top 7 Canadians versus the top 7 Americans, and we have a rule where, you know, if you feel the game's out of hand, we don't play for points spread. So if you feel the game's out of hand and you want to conserve your energy, you can concede. But you cannot do that in a regular tournament.
That was my worst tournament the time I played that, so I actually just started goofing around and let my opponent play for as many points as they could, and it was misrecorded on cross tables, so it appears that my opponent scored 666 points.
Which would be appropriate in your estimation.
Yeah, we just picked a number. I don't think we were supposed to do that, but spread didn't matter, so who cares?
Absolutely. And here comes.
Average winning score at the top, yeah, I'd say is around 450 or so. I know most
it's lower this year. It's only 436 so far, which is very interesting. That it's lower than you would expect. So people are giving each other competition. It's different than it used to be.
Yeah.
You see Will's rack. He has, maybe 400 billion bingos. So it's just a matter of finding the right one. But he's got all 1-pointers, so he doesn't have to spend a lot of time on this to maximize doubling a high point tile on a double letter, for example.
Yeah. So you can't concede because you keep track of how many points you've outscored all of your opponents by in total. It's kind of like the tiebreaker, if you will. I actually detest and hate everything about point spread. I think it is literally the stupidest thing in the history of the universe. But it's
Tell
not
us
up
how
to
you
me.
feel.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
No.
It's not for you?
No, it's because sometimes you have to make a play to like cut spread when you could make a play that has a chance of winning the game. So you're effectively throwing a game, and there are rules that say you're not allowed to throw games, and yet we have rules in place that allow you to throw games. So I'm salty as hell about it.
Does he have akineses?
I believe so.
I believe he does.
I suspect.
Such a pretty word.
I suspect he'd find that since he's into the working out and such. I think that.
No, he doesn't have it. It's not good.
It's not.
He's got 2 E's. Maybe he needs 2 I's.
I thought that was plural. It shows you how many words I know anymore.
Akinesis.
I know nothing. I know nothing. Oh, it's Collins. Oh God, Jesse's gonna play it. I will not be surprised if Jesse plays Akinesis next turn.
I probably would too. It's only Collins.
I actually knew it was only Collins. I forgot.
I study so many obscure lists. I never know which one is which.
This has happened. This has happened before. I was like, oh man, Akinesis, and it was Collins. Oot is a word. It's Canadian.
Oh, shut up.
Oot is absolutely
Get out of
a word.
here. Oot and a boot. They always say out and about. Come on. Doesn't sound out and about. It sounds normal.
It's out and about.
Oot and a boat.
Out and about.
I'm not a hosiery.
Yeah.
Pass the donuts and maple syrup.
Yeah. I've never heard anyone actually say oot in a boot.
Of course
non-ironically. So I don't know.
Dynamite toast. Akinesis is the absence of kinesis.
Yeah.
Kinesis means movement, right? Maybe I'm thinking of akinesia. Maybe that's all. That's good.
That's probably, yeah.
Yeah.
My last name is Bouchard, so Bouchard. So I guess I technically am somewhat Canadian.
You are.
But
Oh, okay. We'll ignore that one.
well, Toon Wolf, it may not be a live stream, or it may not be your version of a live stream, but ultimately, we're learning how to do this, and we're doing the best that we can, and that's pretty cool with me.
Ooh, metanoia.
Yeah, I feel like more people do say oot and a boot more in the prairies, so that makes sense.
So there's no question that Will knows metanoia. No question.
That's Collins, right? Or is that new?
I believe this is our dictionary.
Oh, we got metanoia now?
We have metanoia now,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a new addition to
okay.
us, which is really like 2 years old.
Oh no, poor Jesse's gonna play. Oh, I feel so shitty right now.
He's got it lined up.
He's gonna play it.
Jesse is starting to get a little low on time. It doesn't look like it is because he still has 8 minutes, but I don't know that we're even halfway through the game in terms of tiles. We're pretty close to it, but not, and the game's only going to get harder when you have to do more thinking. You really, really have to maximize your time early in the game. That's not to say you have to play fast, but you do have to be aware that where you really need to spend your time is in the end games.
Yeah. Oh man, they caught me. I said a bad word. They caught me. I said a bad word.
Oh, okay.
So Victarion, I actually, the year that I won nationals, I actually played my second last game under protest and through like a gigantic salty rage fest because I thought the pairings were wrong, and I was actually playing my significant other at the time, and so I threw a huge hissy fit.
He blocked metanoia.
No, that ended up working out well.
And
for
did
Jesse.
not play the phony.
So I think technically my own national championship is still under protest.
It's got an asterisk next to your name
Yeah,
for in perpetuity. So.
Yeah, I think I did it to myself.
Somebody asked if anything exciting in terms of anger or something.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, is that what you were talking? Okay.
That was my contribution.
I don't
to
think
that.
anything's happened at this tournament as far as I know. I got yelled at by somebody in second division because I was playing a pickup game with Rich Baker, and we were going into the lunch break, and we were essentially playing our game with a plastic bag, see-through bag. So since it was lunchtime, I just asked, is anybody using this bag? And nobody, I said, I'll bring it back in a half hour. And then the person who owned the bag came and up to me really angry and asked to get the bag back. We would hope that there would be more graciousness in our community and more sharing and understanding that nobody's stealing anything. But I hope that doesn't deter people from coming out and trying the tournament scene, because it really is. It's just one of the best things you'll ever do.
Yeah. Jay Crewman, I totally agree with that being a valid command, and I think in the future we're going to try to make something like that happen. I suppose in the meantime we could just tell you what oot means, although I'm very much enjoying just having it be a Canadian word. Oh, it does literally just mean out. Okay, well, I'm an idiot, in case we hadn't remembered that yet.
Except it doesn't take an S as far as I know, right? Oots?
Oots?
Oh, maybe it does.
Yeah, sure it
Maybe it does, okay. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Did we get woot? Is woot good now?
No.
Or is it still Collins?
But we got WAAH, which I hope means wah, like Lucy, wah.
Oh, look, Jesse has things at work now. Jesse has good things.
Newsies.
Oh, nice. We have words showing up on the stream now. That's pretty awesome.
I feel like Chinese Scrabble would be a lot harder. Yeah, I think so.
Chinese Scrabble. If you download the Quackle, the best Scrabble AI, they actually have support for Korean Scrabble, so you can play with Hangul. So if that's a thing you want to try playing, you can also play in Greek as well. So if you want to play with characters or different alphabetic systems, I'm not good at words. You can do it. But Chinese Scrabble is pretty hard. They actually do have Thai Scrabble, but most of the Thai Scrabble players play English Scrabble before they play Thai Scrabble.
So right now, the only place that I can see for Jesse to bingo is off oot.
Yeah. Well, also weariness, but doesn't score that much.
Weariness off the AR, if you could see it. There is nothing. There are bingos through that E, like
So close to
Sweeney's and
Bluitz's.
Sweeties.
I want to see Bluitz's.
Okay, he's going to play Lewis's. I'm pretty close to Newsies. Really not much difference. Newsies, however, would take a T and give away, 20 points needlessly. So I prefer this as well.
If Jesse runs out of time, he's gonna lose some points.
I'm going to quit in protest soon, guys.
Puntos.
If you want me to start getting all American on you, like,
do it.
I'll just say, you ever see that Family Guy where Lois wants to get, yes, Lois wants to get elected and all she has to do is say 9/11 over and over again. So I'm just going to say Trump. I'm just going to pepper my speech with Trump.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to say Trudeau. And you guys are going to have to deal with it.
yeah. Well, I know Obama was big into Scrabble, but we couldn't quite get an invite for the national champion, despite having an insider in the White House.
Oh, that would have been sweet, eh?
Even then and still now, we do have an insider, so there's still hope. I want to play Trudeau in a Scrabble game, like literally the word. Like my tiles would be ADERTTU. I'd be like, well, this is great.
Well, the good news is that the winner of this tournament actually has an invitation to Russia.
Yeah. Big Scrabble. I'm all about big Scrabble. Actually, no, I'm supposed to be a hipster, right? I'm all about like the underground Scrabble scene.
You're a Bernie fan.
Well, yeah.
All right, we won't get political on you, I promise you.
But we love
okay.
Trudeau.
But we love we do. Jesse has, as far I can see, Bigarad and Arabized, and I think this rack was actually on Aerolith the other day, and Radiable, that's the one I had.
Radiable doesn't quite fit in backward Scrabble. It would fit. With
Yes, clabbers, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we play a variation of Scrabble called clabbers, which is an anagram of Scrabble, where you can actually put any tile you want in whatever order, so you can maximize your score, just as long as it anagrams into a real word.
Yeah.
And it's very, very difficult for your opponent because they have to figure out what the word is to see whether they should challenge it or not.
Muchachos, because I sold out to the man. I sold out for my 20 minutes of Twitch fame. Feel.
Don't we all?
Bible thump.
So that was the thing about...
Ooh, I just breathed really loudly. I'm sorry.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. Even I think I'm breathing loudly.
Okay.
Lewis is 2 men named Lewis. Yeah, basically.
So right now, Will is keeping his lead. And I'll try to get you an update on the British board. We call it British, but now it's the World International board. Oh, it's gone quite a bit further than the last time I looked, and I see that Evans has the game in hand, 437 to 317, with 9 tiles left in the bag. Although Tim has Q with no U on his rack, and I can't see a good place for QI. So it looks like Evans is in a very good position to win this next game. It's very cool to me because I was around for the very first World Championship, or certainly the second, and we were always at a disadvantage in North America. We always had to learn these new words, and then we had to forget them as soon as we came home from the tournament, whereas we were playing people who just played it all the time, and certainly that's the case, and that's why you're seeing a proliferation of World Scrabble play in America, because people are just sick of having to forget the words after they've played them. So it's always very nice for me to see a North American player best people in the world who get to play this dictionary all the time.
Yeah. Orana, I'd say I've made between $40,000 and $45,000 since I started playing this game. So it's not my career, but got me to see the world and a few things. So got a little bit of fun employment out of it. Hi, bro. Side job, sure, right? Why not?
This is kind of a side job for me. It's turned into a bit of a little career, a couple of times a year, 3 times a year, get flown out and do a tournament.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah. I just like showing up and hanging out.
John and breathing. Oh, we're so sorry. I wonder if we can do anything about that. I really feel for you
Yeah,
guys. I know
we,
it's annoying.
we can make actual noise. No,
Loudly is a word, and loudlier and loudliest is a word.
Yeah, I'm just gonna every now and then just throw some shade at the community for not letting us make noise. You know, when you play Scrabble tournaments in Thailand, you're playing in malls with like thousands of people, and like the final countdown is playing. Can you imagine the final countdown just on repeat for an hour while you're trying to play like Nigel Richards in Scrabble? Because that's a thing. Yeah. How old am I? Last I checked, I am 98. No, I think I'm 27 still.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'll be 28 before long.
Then you won't be less than half my age. I'm so happy about that.
Who's dating themselves now? Thanks.
Thank
Muffin.
you.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah, Robin's 41, right?
You know, if I had my way, I would be playing the final countdown right now. Diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo-doo, diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo-doo-doo.
So now we're going to see Jesse perhaps speed up a little tiny bit.
Yeah, he's just like always close to having something good, but never quite
Yeah,
there.
so here we go. He's playing quicker. Will did something that he probably didn't want to do, which is to some extent open the board by playing resift. But there was this, the H after the S could score a lot of points and open the board anyhow, so he might as well just take advantage of it.
Yeah.
But now he's with a mitt full of consonants. It's kind of yucky there.
But you can see the appeal of listening to the final countdown as you've got like 30 seconds left on your clock and realize that you have no idea what you're doing.
Resift actually takes a P in front of it,
Yeah.
which will have to go off the board. Even though he has the P, he can't use it. Have was a lot of points, so. Interestingly, if he had played Newsies, it would have fit as well, because Anna is a word as well.
So Jesse could like find a way to back his way into a victory here if he can get that X down for some points and
Right. He's got vowels.
yeah, and sneak a bingo back down there because Will is just like temporarily in like a world of hurt right now. It seems like
It's not likely if you were to check the math right now, you would
Yeah.
see that Will has a much
Yeah.
greater chance of winning, and now you're going to see him spending a little time thinking what to do. There's 13 tiles left in the bag, so if he wants to pass, he can. But he's going to be looking on the board to see what Jesse might be able to do. And can he score some points and block the best place for Jesse? Scrabble is a game where you have to constantly think, not only about what you're going to do, but what your opponent might do, not just this turn, but many turns down the road. It makes it a very, very interesting, exciting game. And an exhausting game. I've never failed to lose weight at a tournament where I'm sitting down for 7 games a day.
yeah, that's fair.
There you go. He's looking to block.
So this is this is essentially what Jesse needs to get back in the game is a turn or two of just not scoring much because he can when if Will is just gonna play Grump here for like 10 points, Jesse can score some points here. Actually, might keep the S or the X, excuse me. And go from there, and wow, yeah. Will's next rack, you guys are going to see in a sec here. I think you're going to love it as much as I do. This would be one of those situations where you would say, like, nice rack or something. Ka is like a mummy or something. It's some Egyptian thing.
Which word?
Ka? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the technique with drawing new tiles, I'm sure some of you can recall some Scrabble cheating scandals that made it onto ESPN and various buzz feeds. And so in general, you're supposed to keep the tile bag above your head when you draw so that you're not cheating. But, cheater's going to cheat. Hater's going to hate.
Oh, you're going to find ways to cheat if you want to cheat.
And, yeah. Ka is also a show in Las Vegas.
Ka is a wheel, okay.
It's a Ka.
Oh, that's
buy a new car.
Cirque du Soleil, I think,
Yeah,
right?
Cirque du
I think
Soleil.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I think I've fallen asleep in it, actually.
Yeah, T-check. That's what I was thinking. Paradoi for 30. saving the X for next turn, and then hopefully, getting a big X play.
It would be so sweet if he could set himself up.
Toasty, you're almost right, except I don't have a soul.
Look at Will. I just saw Will's rack. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Will is in an interesting place.
Yeah. Now he can't. He's not going to be able to pass soon. I think we'll see how many tiles Scott plays. Scott knows. Jesse. I keep saying Scott. I keep thinking of the previous game. Jesse knows that he's got a mitload of he's got 4 of the remaining. Not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 3 more vowels in the bag, and Jesse should know that. Now, one reason to play Paradoy is to limit Will's chances of picking up any vowels. The trouble is it uses all of his vowels, and then he's not going to have any either, and he doesn't know that the Z and the 2 C's are on Will's rack.
Yeah.
But Will is in a bit of trouble here. He's going to have to find ways to undouble those and get rid of the high pointers.
I mean, yeah, at this point, he's just got to kind of try to hang on.
He's 52 points up.
Yeah, he just needs to the goal is just try to outlast the tile bag.
The other thing going for Will is Jesse's time.
That's true.
Jesse's down to 146. He's really got to play.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jesse recognizes that. I believe there's only 2 tiles in the bag, so. So I guess given that there's only 2 tiles in the bag, I think at that point you actually have to play off XO.
I'm looking at the wrong game. God,
yeah.
I'm giving you information.
I noticed that.
You can point. No, say something.
So I don't see why that played never wins anything. I don't know why he did that.
What did you like? What did you like him to play?
I would assume OX by underneath LO or something for 18. Go for the bingo out. Yep. Because we can't win if you play for 24 like that. He needs to. I guess maybe he was trying to draw the Z or something.
And he also just gave us a bingo. He gave a Z hook for Will. So that's a big mistake too.
Which you can't touch, but.
Which he can't touch, but you don't give it. And when I'm talking about the Z hook, Zai is now good. So if Will is able to just to go across and play Zing or Zink for 35 points, whatever it was, 41 points. It's needless points to give away. That's a big mistake to play Ixora.
Yeah, my guess is that Jesse thought maybe he needed to draw the Z in order to win the game.
Are you going bilingual on me?
Yeah.
Aww.
Well, I'm already bilingual, so that's what we call it when you play.
I didn't know that either.
If you play Collins and you
I misinterpreted that word.
You are bilingual.
Okay, bilingual. Oh, I heard X in there, not CT.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be primarily us streaming today because we are the people that decided not to play in the tournament. But this is just a part of a. This is being put on by GG's Live. So they will be doing all sorts of stuff. I believe they typically do Magic. So
let's see what's going on. So there's no tiles left in the bags. Oh, so he got Z and Z. Oh, look what he played for us. Z and Z at the same time. That's probably enough to hold on, but we'll see. Yeah, I think it's enough to hold on.
Let's just be one big happy country family thing.
Czar, yes, I understand what you're saying about holding on to the vowel. However, it scores appreciably less.
I think Will's probably also identified, Rebecca, that Jesse's not going to go out here, so Will can just hang on with, just scoring enough points, and also making sure that he doesn't give Jesse very much time because Jesse's about to go over on time, which is probably why he played Ixora, because he definitely had other plays that would have given him a better shot. Because you can see here he's down to
20 seconds. Yes. So
as he's going to make his play here, you guys see him at 30 seconds.
So he saved UI. There's only 2 letters that go with IU in Scrabble. It's Pew, which he has from Pate, and Tui. And unless he's got something in between 2 other letters, I don't think he has another outplay. But I don't think it really matters because Will cannot block anything with all those. So he's just looking to try to get rid of as many of those heavy tiles as he can.
King Bong, no, it's not always us doing Scrabble. we bring in an awesome company to help us out here every year. Over time, I'm hoping to build up my own skills as well. But for right now, they do a solid job for us. So usually, I believe it's MTG Streams is, I believe,
Oh my goodness.
the original.
I spoke too soon. Look what he did. He didn't block it in Collins, but he blocked it.
Yeah.
So now he's forcing Jesse to, oh God, I think I can get over that. He's forcing Jesse to,
3,031.
he's forcing
Oh my goodness, Jesse won.
30,000 points, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new world record.
When will you see me again, King Bong? You can, oh God, you can.
BJ, are you aware of that?
You can Google
Okay.
me.
Of the score? Do you see this? Oh, now it's down to, okay, there.
Point hype.
It was 30,000 at one point.
So many points. If you want to see me, I exist on the internet. For better or for worse.
So guys, this is a good example of a game where it doesn't score very high. It's not very flashy. It shows some, what are you laughing?
I'm
I'm going to have to put blinders on you soon.
I'm being an
We're
idiot.
going to have to put blinkers on you. It's a good example of a game where you have to think very carefully in the end game, and those are the kind of games we have too.
Yeah. I do not have Steam. Carmel Dodd Superfan, I can't wait for you to come back tomorrow. We love a good Superfan, and especially for Carmel Dodd. So, I hope
Yeah,
you'll be back
tomorrow's going to be the
tomorrow.
last 3 games.
Yeah. And I hope she's going to be back, let's be honest.
We pray that she's back. We're going to get on our knees right now. This is
You
our
heard it.
3rd game of the morning. We have one more game for you guys before lunchtime.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna have Will over here in a couple minutes
We
to
are.
to talk
Would you
about.
like to interview him, or would you like me to do it?
Totally up to you. Who wants to talk
Totally
to Will?
up to you.
I'll talk to Will.
Okay.
So we're gonna get on your knees and Google me. That's all what it's all about.
Thanks,
Torn-
Rebecca, for
yeah.
the nice comments.
Yeah.
Nice to get one nice comment.
Yeah.